a geeky science. This is absolutely fascinating. This was a brand new study. This was published in the journal Clinical Diabetes. People with type 1 diabetes, this is the real original diabetes. This is where you get typically a viral infection that damages the Isle of Langerhans, this part of the pancreas that produces insulin. And so the pancreas loses its ability to produce insulin, and you have to take injections of insulin for the rest of your life. So the question that they sought to answer was, is it possible to ease the lives of these type 1 diabetics, to reduce the level of insulin that they need? Because the more insulin you have to take when you're type 1 diabetic, the higher your risks of heart disease and other conditions. This is just remarkable. It was a 12-week study. It was the first randomized clinical trial that compared a vegan diet, a diet with no animal products at all, no dairy products, no eggs, no cheese, no meat, no fish, nothing, right? Just fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts and seeds. That's it. They compared a vegan diet with a portion-controlled but normal diet, a normal American diet, where it was a reduced calorie intake because they wanted people to lose a little weight, or at least those people who needed it. But, so it was a kind of like the diet that dietitians typically recommend. Here's a reasonable diet, a balanced diet, right? They split them in these two groups. They did this for 12 weeks. Those in the low-fat vegan diet group reduced the amount of insulin they needed to take by 28% and increased insulin sensitivity by 127%. Body weight decreased by about 11 pounds on average in the vegan group. This is just over a 3-month period, compared with a non-significant change in body weight in the portion-controlled group. In the vegan group, total cholesterol decreased by 32 milligrams per deciliter, compared with 10 milligrams per deciliter in the portion-controlled group. LDL cholesterol, bad cholesterol, decreased by 16 milligrams per deciliter in the vegan group and did not change significantly in the portion-controlled group that was still eating meat and dairy products. In this study, the reduction in insulin use on the vegan diet corresponds to a 9% reduction in cardiovascular risk. The decrease in A1C corresponds to a 12% reduced risk of heart attack and cardiovascular disease, respectively. And the reduction in LDL cholesterol corresponds to an approximate 20% reduced risk for a major cardiac event, including heart attack and stroke. So bottom line, I mean, yes, this study was done with diabetics, but what they found, I would think would apply to everybody. This is, for lunch yesterday, Louise made just a couple of great meals. We had a chili, a homemade chili with a couple of different kinds of beans and lentils and corn, frozen corn in it. It was just delicious, vegan. And then for dinner, she made a big salad and steamed a huge head of broccoli. And it was so good, and I was so full, and I felt great all day. It was just, eating vegan is wonderful. I mean, the varieties of flavor and you feel light. You don't get this, oh, I shouldn't have eaten all that. You just don't get that. And, reduce your risk of heart attack and stroke by 20%. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, that's our geeky science for the day. I'll pick up your calls on the other side of this break. What's on your mind? We'll be right back with your calls. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
Speaking the truth, the meat and processed food and fast food industries would really rather you didn't know. I'll be right back with you.